right, guys. This is episode 14 of Jenny's Rules. I have Heather Cleveland here with me. Oh my gosh, I stuttered.
That's okay.
Sorry.
We all stutter.
I know it happens.
Yes.
And you gotta let those things just naturally occur.
That's right.
It's the real me.
That's right.
Oops.
Or you'll have lots of bloopers.
Darrow never cuts anything out. Anyway, Heather, welcome to the studio.
Well, thanks for having me.
Of course.
I'm so excited.
I know. You are with KW.
I'm with KW. Yes.
What is your job title at KW?
I am the Director of Operations at KW in Lewiston.
And what are some of the handles of jobs or instructions that you have?
So many. Well, really, I just am strive to be whatever I can be for operations, like number one for the agents. If you have any questions, concerns, how do I get my commission money? That's a very valid question. So I can provide them that information.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're there for the agents and making sure whatever they need, you know.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of KW, you are not a realtor.
I am not a realtor.
Is it something that you maybe thought you maybe get to do?
You know, I don't know. That's a hard question. I've never seen myself as a realtor. Realtors work really, 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 really hard. And I do like to work hard, but I also like to not work on the weekends.
Yes. It's a 24/7
It is crazy.
job.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
crazy. Weekends, evenings, all day, every day.
On
But
call.
man, the people that do it, they're sure amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
kudos to all of them realtors out there.
And with your background from, your previous jobs,
Yeah.
let's talk about maybe like how you came upon working at KW.
Oh, man. Well, it's a wild ride to get there. That's for dang sure. I have a 16-year career in healthcare and part of it in healthcare management. And, burnout is actually a very real thing.
In the medical field for sure.
Yes. COVID really hurt a lot of people in so many different ways. But I just needed a break. I needed to step away from the phone calls at all hours of the day to a very, very, very less stress-free environment.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jessica reached out one day for a possible opportunity, and I'm always open for a conversation. And so we had a conversation, and she said, I'm going to need to know tonight. Talk about pressure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. In my guts, it said it was the leap I should take. And so it was a super hard decision, but I just was trusting my gut. And so I leaped.
Love it.
Ran for the stars.
And did it.
So I'm so excited that I did it.
That's kind of keep or sell. That just gives me that, you have to hold it up and what's your first instinct, keep or sell. And it's that gut, how you feel.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I was thankful that she thought of me, super excited about that. And I was thankful that she trusted, my experience and what I could offer for her company. So that's really cool.
The biggest, I think, what would you think would be the biggest aspect that was brought from the one job to now your position? Is there something that you've kind of brought along with you in terms of how styles you talk to people? Or,
yeah. I think definitely my biggest attribute I could have brought was making it a priority to have connections to the realtors in the office, and also making that connection so they know that I am one of their lifelines and really should be one of their lifelines. Of course, when I was in healthcare management, I wasn't a physician. I've never been to med school. And so even though I don't have necessarily their background, they can at least still come talk to me and we can brainstorm and fix it together. Or I might even just know how to fix it right then and there. So definitely a social game. And then leadership. I have a bit of a leadership background, and I really enjoy it. And so it's just a different dynamic to bring to the office.
That's great.
And it's not just Jessica being the leader or Kyle being the leader. They really have someone that I hope, I think they do, feel like they can just put on my shoulders, and then they can worry about the other bigger picture important things that are coming, and I
Sure.
at office level too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's kind of like, I could do all these things, but if there was two of me, I get so much more done. So you're kind of like able to be there that little bit for everybody, though.
Yeah. And of course, as you know, realtors are all technically self-employed.
Yes.
So why would they need me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they need me because Kyle and Jessica can't be there 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's nice to have maybe a different perspective too. And so I really, really, really strive for that.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
I try.
Yeah. At least give that opportunity to have like your door open and say,
absolutely,
no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. With the events that KW puts on, I know I've talked about Red Day before in different podcasts.
Yes, we love Red Day.
Do you coordinate, or how does that work?
So I just started with KW 11 days before Red Day, so it was already coordinated.
Already happened.
I had my to-do list that Branda left me, which was great.
Yes.
But we really want to put in the hands of the agents that they can do these things, and we're going to support them as well. Now, this is a actual KW event. We're all KW.
Nationwide.
Shuts it down. Worldwide.
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
Shuts everything down, and we go volunteer. So we put a committee together. Brittany Babineau usually helps us all the time. And then I support paperwork, getting supplies that we need, whatever she feels like we need to do, or we collectively figure out together, then I will make a checklist, a to-do list, and either I will do it or ask help from the realtors. So that's how I support them, but I just love that they kind of take the reins as well.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I think that's, supporting the community in any way, and for the whole company itself to make that available for everyone to do is so, that's a perk in itself.
Yes. And KW has a program called KW Cares. And so you really just submit an application.
Oh, cool.
And that money is money that we donate to, but then we can give back to our KW agents. Like KW Cares sent over to Hawaii during the fires. They were able to send something to them, whether it was money, supplies, all of it.
Care package.
So they were able to do that through the CARES program. But then if something catastrophic happens to an individual agent, we can send in an application, and then KW CARES will get together and meet, and they'll allocate however many funds to see if they can help relieve. So KW gives back in a lot of different ways, but it's mostly via the agents.
Yeah.
And what they need.
And what they need. Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I know, in terms of like a hobby or second job or a charity thing, when it comes to like the individual agents and how you promote it, what is stuff that you do to help promote or, attending these events?
Well, of course, they all kind of just do their own things of what their favorite things are. Like some people do stockings, or some people sends a bunch of clothes to a nursing home, or adopts a family, or any of that. So they don't have to involve me if they don't want to, but I definitely like to try to see on their social media if we can add that to the KW social media, so it gets sharing more, so we can, provide whatever they need. Word of mouth goes a long way.
For sure. And I feel like consistency, like every year, I look forward to those events.
Yeah.
The Bean Team has the pie event. Brittany Babineau does her stocking.
Yes.
It's just stuff that I look forward to it because I know it's happening.
Yes. And I love that KW really supports these agents in whatever they want to do. Now, regardless if they ask for myself or Kyle and Jess to be there with them, that's completely up to them.
Sure.
But regardless, we support them as much as we can.
Well, no, I think you guys had a couple agents like sponsor for the Boys and Girls Club auction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kyle Meredith and Christy Scholes both went, and Christy Scholes has her team. And then Kyle Meredith and his wife had
so fun.
A table there, but like
Yeah.
I
saw that.
The pictures were great.
Oh, I know.
I loved it.
I did some makeup sessions for people.
Oh, nice.
To go and get all glammed up, and the pictures, it looks just so fun. But that's, again, a yearly thing that people look forward to it, and the theme, and it's just stuff that holds dear, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. And KW just likes to give back. Like, we're starting Toys for Tots, so we're going to start collecting toys to send that out. We the Bean Team has their pie event that they do every year. I can't remember how many years. I don't know if it's 4th or 5th.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I'd have to ask Erica.
I know. I'm going to think too. Oh, no, I think it's longer than that.
Is it longer?
Well, so
it was way before my time.
No, I'm thinking. Was it after we bought our house? So we bought our house through when Brittany and Jessica were on a team.
Oh, nice.
And we bought our house in 2017.
Oh, nice.
My gosh. Wow. So yeah, and I'm trying to think back. Was it that far, or was it the year after? But
I don't remember. But that's a big event. I know Christy and her team. They were sending, I think, meals to the teachers at the schools.
That's such a good idea.
So amazing.
They are troopers in themselves. You have to.
We think about the children, but then we tend to forget about teachers too. But which we really don't.
We don't. But I mean, in
it's
terms
nice
of
to highlight them.
Yes.
Yeah, they do take care of everyone's children during the day, which is a task.
What about the parade?
Oh, yes. So KW Lewiston will be in the Lighted Christmas Parade, which will be December 2nd. And we're super excited to sugar up all the children.
Throw all the candy.
Oh, yeah. We're going to throw all the candy. I guess last year, I think we ran out. So we're going to get a lot
double
more. Yeah.
I was going to say, I wonder how many for the parades that come into town, or that we do, how much candy that people buy just for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
I don't know. It's crazy. I'm going to find out.
And then we went to, oh gosh, which town? Winchester? No, not Winchester. No, I can't even remember. Oh my gosh, why is it blanking my mind? But their parade goes down and back.
Oh.
Because it's so small.
Yeah.
It's tiny. It's one of those little tiny towns, but it goes down and back, and so it's double the amount of candy.
That's so cool.
I know.
Good for them.
I know.
Good for them.
But again, it's memorable. They have an airplane that flies and drops. Oh my gosh, what do they drop? They don't hurt. I almost said golf balls. That's not Nerf balls? No.
Like ping pong balls?
Yes.
There we go.
There we go. Thank you. I had to find it. And they drop ping pong balls. They either have a number or something on them, and then you turn them in, and then you can either get like certain prizes. But they have like one of those planes that drop like seed and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. Right in the middle of this like little small area. Like, it's talent. But it comes down super low.
Wow.
It is really cool.
Do you remember? I remember when I was young, there was the helicopter that would cruise around with the Santa and would always come out during the boat parade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
I
good.
was so little. Wow.
And then my cousins would tease me that a real bright star was Santa.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. Totally would get me.
Oh, yes. I was a diehard.
I know. I believed
for a really long time.
I'm still a firm believer.
Exactly.
There's presents under that tree that have my name on them. May not know who they come from.
Right. I know my kiddos are a few, years apart, and there'll be a day where one of them will know and the other one won't. And it's trying to hold on to that. But I just remember when I was young, that deep feeling. I was like, oh no, it's real. We
all tried to stay up looking for Santa. We had to see him.
Easter Bunny too. I was more of
the Easter Bunny kind of freaked me out, but I wasn't too freaked out when I figured out what they got me.
We went to Wassom's when I was younger.
Oh.
And they had the downstairs.
Yeah.
They had their I I don't know if I cried when I was older, but I'm sure I cried when I was younger.
It's a big
Or
bunny.
and I think Santa probably scared me a little
It's a
bit too.
big bunny. So, yeah.
Could you imagine? No.
That is some apocalypse
Mm-hmm.
type of stuff.
Well, that's exciting. Anything else throughout the end of the year or New Year that KW?
I'm trying to think.
Question then.
Yes.
Do you do like a yearly kind of like a goals, like maybe at the new year or the beginning of the year, like a sit down and everyone talks about like their year goals, or how does that work?
Kind of like
Okay.
we like this Friday is a business planning clinic that Levi Gurno will be posting online. He's actually from Ladder Real Estate in
In
Coeur
Coeur
d'Alene.
d'Alene. Yeah.
And so he's going to be hosting a business planning clinic for goal setting for on Friday. So
On Zoom.
on Zoom.
Very
So
cool.
if anyone's interested,
Nice.
please let me know. I'll get you the link. But actually, a bunch of us are gonna go to Jessica's house. She's gonna Zoom it and put it on the TV so then we can discuss and all the things. But because the agents are independent agents, they tend to do that themselves. They are self-employed.
Sure, yeah.
But we'll provide those type of things. Like Corrine, you came to the one with Corrine,
Yes.
the business,
the financial side of it.
yeah, business planning, and she did focus on the financial side because it's just a weird market.
It is a weird market.
So weird.
Well,
So
it's like not knowing your numbers. I don't know, writing it down. It's like gives you an eye opening.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So hers was definitely for financials and like how to plan for this weird market, what's going on. Because you really can't predict when it's going to turn around.
No. All these people, they want to put out there, oh, well, this is the trends, and I think this is gonna. I'm like, okay,
what magic ball,
okay, buddy.
Have? Yeah,
it'll happen. Things will happen when it does.
It will. And right now, it's on its way down.
It has.
It has momentum in our favor. So, but we don't want to talk about it a lot.
We don't want to jinx it.
We don't want to jinx it. Exactly. But so yeah, Corrine came and talked about how you should budget for these hard times.
And you even went to that.
Yeah. It was good. I helped put it on, which was great. And that was super fun. Pollich helped sponsor and everything. That was great. Pollich Federal Credit Union. And then, so it'll be neat to see Levi do it as well in his own spin and way. That guy is, I don't know if you follow him.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Super. And super like a leadership, that.
Yeah.
That kind of, what am I want to say, vibe or, that.
Yeah.
The way that he announces things or projects things, it's like that.
Yeah.
Motivational. Maybe that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, he so this summer we actually postponed all of our office meetings just because everyone was so busy. And if they were busy, they needed to be busy. So they, you pick and choose what's important. And of course, clients are number one. So we postponed meetings, and then we had kind of like a kickoff meeting in October. And Levi spoke and gave kind of like a light a fire motivation speech rally type of thing, and it was so good. I was motivated. I hope everyone else was, but it is really, really nice to.
And you coordinated all that.
Yeah.
Do you coordinate with like corporate office and all that, or just kind of?
Well, so our corporate office is KW Spokane, and we're kind of a branch off of them. Same with Pullman and the Tri-Cities as well. And so I talk to them a lot when it comes to recruiting, onboarding, offboarding, commissions, because they really are our hub that really distributes all that stuff.
And state, I mean, you got two different states you're dealing with.
Yes. So we have an Idaho designated broker. We have a Washington designated broker, which I don't have a lot of contact with them.
Okay.
But I do talk to Shelby and Erica Laka and Kenzie. They're kind of my people that help me for the really office items that I need them for.
Yeah.
Especially recruiting. And I've been involved in recruiting, but I never have been a recruiter by any
like interviewer kind of.
I've interviewed several people, but not the initial recruiting.
Got it. Reach out. Got it.
So I'm learning all the things, which is really cool. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, this is more of like a realtor question, but when it comes to like businesses that maybe are relocating, do you would you be the one to like reach out to a company and say, hey, if they were planning on relocating 5 employees, do you then like coordinate it with realtors
I
like
don't.
in the area? Okay.
No.
Okay.
So on the flip side, when I was working at the hospital, when we would bring someone in for an interview, we wanted them to have a community tour, but we really wanted someone who really knew the community. And who knows that the most, I believe, is realtors.
Yeah.
They know what's up and coming. They know the newest neighborhoods. They know all this stuff
Especially if they've been here for
forever.
their whole life.
Yeah. So I would reach out to Jessica, and she would have someone from her team or from the office come down, and they would come pick up our little recruit, and they would go out for a couple of hours or whatever they allotted for.
Yeah.
And then they would just take it away. But normally people
They
from
reach out.
businesses reach out to their specific people because the realtors know
Individual.
whomever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I feel like lately, I help out at groundwork at the brewery down there. And it just seems like lately there've been like a lot of, we just moved to the area, I'm for a job. And lately I've been hearing a ton of that. So I was just more curious of like, how does the business coordinate, with all that? Do them individually, so it's just, my own little personal questions.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know how like brand new businesses know who to contact. I'm sure they have someone within the city or chamber that they connect to, and or I don't know, maybe a lender or whomever.
I know. Well, I'm just like, do they just Google? Like,
Google is very important.
Oh yeah,
super important. I don't know if anybody has ever Googled a real estate agent. Like, who's number one real estate? Like, how do you find a real estate agent?
Right.
And so I know our real estate agents really try to make sure that they have reviews so they can help these people who are just Googling randomly.
Or their information even up to date. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's all those fine things that you kind of forget about.
It's part of that social media with platforms and different things. And like another one to add, because Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Google. And you run the KW Facebook page?
I do. I run
and the Instagram page?
The Facebook and Instagram.
Fun.
Yes, that's really fun. I just like to show what our agents are doing, whether it's a picture from them going somewhere with their family to open houses to what's on the market. Yeah. And there's been a couple this week, and I posted them today, so that was pretty fun.
I know. There's a bunch that just came up.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So hopefully there's buyers ready to buy. I think there should be. There always is eventually, but
it's, whether it's the right time. Everyone's like, oh, I don't know, I couldn't. But, if you can now, then you definitely can when things get better. You know what I mean? So it's that if you're just waiting for maybe that, I don't know.
Yeah.
And me being very new, do you still feel new?
I feel so new.
Almost past a year?
No, I started in May.
Oh,
this year. Yeah.
Almost a year and a half now.
No, May.
Hey, this year. Why did I think last year? Not yet. Calm down,
2023.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Well, I'm already like having a hard time that it's middle of November.
I know. Can you believe Thanksgiving's going to be next week?
Not at all. I was just talking, to a friend that the last 2 days of this week, or this last week, because the kids didn't have school.
Yeah,
because
randomly.
of the whole,
Something happened.
And Monday.
Something happened.
Something happened to our nation. Well, no, to our, I wouldn't say nation.
Our little
nation.
Our little nation.
Our city. And so then I was like, oh my gosh. And then next week, they have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. I'm like, they're never going to be.
No, and parents really didn't have a break. That's not fair.
I know.
Everyone should be off next week before the children are off.
Let's put that on the docket. What's that? Yeah. Where do you have to go for that? State? You have to go to the state for that?
I don't know. I feel like if all the employers are listening, give them a break off.
Let's sign a petition.
Break them next week before all the children are home.
Yeah.
Because by the time Sunday rolls around, children are like, the parents are on their last nerve.
Oh, yeah.
Lives are in danger.
Smoke's coming out of my ears.
Right. And then real quickly after that is Christmas break.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I know.
Isn't that insane?
It's wild.
Insane.
I'm not ready. But I do love the holidays.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Yes.
Do you like the snow?
I like the snow because it gives cold purpose. If there's no snow, the cold has no reason to be.
You're not worthy.
No. No.
I like the snow.
We have our family has a house in McCall. It's super beautiful. Oh. Love it. And then like March comes around and they're still really thick into the snow. I'm done.
You're done.
Won't be there till summer.
It's like when we were talking about the pumpkin thing. Yeah, we've done pumpkin. Pumpkin's done.
Pumpkin. Everyone has their Christmas tree up.
Almost.
I do not.
You don't?
No. That's okay.
It's fine. You have time.
So much time.
I realized the reason why I'm kind of waiting is because I know half of my tree is not, I think I had a bulb die or a fuse or something. So half my pre-lit tree isn't. So I know I'm just like dreading that when I have to get it back out. I'm going to have to figure that out. But
yeah,
that's fine. With the office, do you then decorate the office?
Yes, I'm going to decorate next week.
Are you?
I am.
Ooh, fun.
So when the agents come back from Thanksgiving, because let's be real, they probably won't be in the office, which I don't blame them because they got to prep for all these
exactly.
Kids,
I know. I'm not doing a podcast next week because I would rather Wednesday. Yeah, because that Wednesday there's no school.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, there's no way I'm going to look.
Only Monday, Tuesday. You guys have to prep for your children. So I will be spreading Christmas cheer at the office.
I love it.
We already have Christmas lights up.
Oh, fun!
So excited about that.
Fun.
So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna pull some flowers. I'm gonna put some trees in the front.
Pretty.
And I'm gonna just make it rain Christmas in the office.
I don't know why this made me. My father-in-law told me this because I was talking with Jess on our last podcast. The tower. I was like, is there a pole? I always, I was asking her that. He said that the reason why it's like so tall is that they would hoist the hoses up, and that's how they would drain. Is used in the tower. And I was like, I was like, oh my gosh. I did not know that.
How interesting.
I know. I was like, oh, I should tell Jess.
Yeah. Well, Kyle Meredith came to Jessica and I and said, listen, that bell needs to be working.
He
wants to scream on the top of the mountain when he has a closing. And he wants everyone to join him.
That's actually a great idea.
So I put number 1 on my to-do list for Kyle Meredith because he asked for nothing. Yeah. He asked for nothing. He asked for hats, KW hats, and he asked for the bell to be working. Items 1 and 2 will be done very soon.
Good. So now what does that mean? You have to go up there?
Oh, no.
Oh, good.
There's spiders up there. There's cobwebs. I don't use
that's funny.
But I'll figure out how someone can get up there and get it working.
Cool.
Like, I feel like we just need to cut a hole in the ceiling so we could put some rope down.
Yeah, that's all you need a rope.
And then seal it up so the spiders stay in their zone. And then they can
pull it.
Yeah.
Well, and with the history of Lewiston and the orchards being not like with the city, that was their only sound when there was a fire was that thing. Or they had horns and bells and all that. So I was like, the history of it all, that building itself is so cool.
Yeah.
Just to have that a little bit of history still, present is very cool.
Yes.
Why not use it?
I would really like to get with Steve Branting. He's actually going to come to one of our office meetings this month. So I'm going to see if he maybe has some old pictures of the building like in its original state that I can
black and white
and post in the office. I think that'd be so cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
Just to know the history. And even when you bring clients maybe that are, in and just say, oh, hey, this is the history of this building.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Do you deal with clients at all?
I do not.
You do not?
I don't. That is definitely an agent specialty. But, when they come in, I try to give them the red carpet. It's cold. We got coffee. We got water. We have snacks everywhere. So if you're hungry, please stop by. So
And then when
Halloween candy.
I was going to say, we showed up and you yelled down the hallway. You're like, get over here, guys. Or so.
Yeah. I was like, get out of them offices and see what the cat
It's
dragon. I love it.
hilarious.
It was great.
It was fun. I actually ripped my costume.
Oh, no.
So during the day I didn't have many layers underneath. It's just that windbreaker material. So then when we went like trick-or-treating, I added a couple of base layers and I went with Brittany and I went to go put her baby Alex in the thing and it just ripped. I was like, oh dang it.
Well,
at least it's at the end of the night.
Yeah,
that's fine. It was Amazon.
Yeah,
can't go wrong.
Can never go wrong. I was an elf last weekend.
Ooh.
For our Christmas party.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You guys had your...
Yep, we had our Christmas party.
Christmas party.
Super early, which was super fun.
Where'd you do it at?
We went to Teal Lane.
Oh, cute.
It was great.
It's hard to find space for that many people. Like, it's pretty limited here.
Yeah. But that was great.
Love that.
Thank you, Teal Lane.
Yeah.
It was good. But then we did a game show. And so Jessica and I were the hosts. And so we dressed up as elves. We even had the pointy shoes and everything. It was so much fun. And then we played all these games, which was such a hoot.
I love hosting game night.
It's so
good. It's so fun.
It was so good. So you may see on social media a little bit of shenanigans.
Bloopers.
From your KW crew.
That's so very cool. Love that.
Yes.
In terms of your, maybe not being at your year, do you have any personal goals within your job that you want to accomplish or have like a task in your future that you're striving towards, or do you have your goals?
That's so funny. Jessica and I just talked about this today.
Sensed it.
Yes. I have some goals in mind, but I feel as the director of operations at KW, they really need to be in line with Kyle and Jessica. Jessica being the CEO, Kyle being the team leader. Mine should really jive with theirs as well.
Sure.
And so we are going to sit down, I think, probably right after Thanksgiving.
December.
And just kind of talk about what we want for 2024 for the office. What do we need?
Yeah.
What are our goals? Because that's really important to me. So that way I'm casting a vision that they're wanting to see as well.
Yeah.
And maybe with a little bit of a Heather spin on it. You never know.
I like that. You and your personality, you're just such a people person. And I love it. I feel like we have the same bits of attributes. Thank you.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm having a moment. See?
One of the agents gave me some sort of test to take, and it said that after all these weird questions I took, it said that I'm a people pleaser. So true.
It's so true.
It's so true.
It's embedded into our DNA.
Yeah, but there's a line. I definitely have a line.
Did you find it?
My line is, I have a line. I do have a line.
I don't know if I found mine yet.
You'll get there.
Probably.
You'll
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely am more of the, you want to do this? And I'm like, yeah.
I don't internally.
Do I look like I'm happy?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I need to find my line, maybe.
You'll find it eventually.
Sure. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I think it's more on my, outside of my main jobs. That's, I think, with the stuff I'm seeing on the social media and everything that, if you strive away from what you're trying to achieve, even a little bit, then you're not going to get to your goal as fast. And so with how things have been in the market, I am, a loan officer. I'm also doing 3 other jobs for 3 other businesses. And I'm hoping that things might be able to change to where I can drop off a couple of things. But that's, if they're like, hey, do you want to do this? I'm like, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Even though I haven't looked at my schedule yet.
And it's so healthy for you to say no, though.
I know. That, I think, is going to be maybe a goal.
Yeah.
For next year. Darrow, I'm going to say no.
He's saying
or something.
No to you.
I know. I know. Why do you think I got into this?
Right.
You
No
know,
kidding.
they were like, hey, we have this opportunity. We should do it.
Very good.
Okay. But I like this. This I don't think I'm going to, ever get rid of. It'd be cool, though, to have maybe a number goal, Darrow. How many podcasts we can whip out in a year.
Well, this is 14. That's pretty good.
When we started, oh gosh, July?
That's pretty
half a year?
That's pretty good.
I think so.
Yeah.
What did the statistics?
A lot of talking.
They said that I know, my husband. Speaking of, I went to girls' night and, we were there for 4 hours and I come back and he's like, you talked the entire time? I go, yes.
Men don't get it.
They don't get it.
They don't
understand. But this is so my realm. I can talk to a rock. It's fine. But
But men, if they're with their dudes,
yeah.
they don't shut up.
No. They don't. You talk. You just don't know that you're talking.
Yeah.
Focusing on it.
Yeah.
It's just blub.
Yeah.
The thing statistic, I think your dad must have said this, Darla, where 20 podcasts. If you can reach to 20 podcasts and keep going, statistically, you're in the only a 2%, 3% that still keep it going.
Really?
Yeah, some podcasts don't even get to that mark.
You're almost there.
I know.
Can you get there before the end of the year?
No, probably not. I only do it on Wednesdays.
That's a lot.
How many Wednesdays do we have left? Oh, I don't even want to count that.
Yeah, don't do it.
Let's
not talk about it.
That's not.
No.
Oh,
It's crazy.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a goal setting.
Yeah.
And for you to, be there for the agents that also have their goals. And for you, for the office, I'm sure it's personally, sure outside of work, do you have your own goals that you have set? Do you do some hobbies?
I do some hobbies, yes.
Talk about it.
Oh my goodness. Well, for goals for personal is purely survival.
Here's to that.
Yeah.
That's survival.
Survival.
That's the
yes.
main.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do have a
That
bit
should
of
be
a
on the
side
t-shirt.
hustle. I'm a little bit crafty, and so a really good friend of mine, we have a little business together, and so we definitely do one craft fair a year. I don't do much outside of that because it's too much pressure.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. So this year I made wreaths, which was really fun.
Fun.
I wanted to make some signs, which I still might.
Do you do custom work?
I do sometimes. I mostly give it to my friend Amber because she just has such a better space to work than I do.
Fun.
But yeah, it's fun and it's stressful for one time a year to pump out all this stuff and hope that you're gonna do okay.
Oh, I know. One of my best friends has her own. She does woodworking. She has a laser. She can engrave on things and all this stuff. Super cool.
So jealous.
And she's part of. At Groundwork, they're doing a Brows and Brews in December.
Yeah.
On the 16th. Give me a confirmation.
Maybe.
Anyway, she's going to have a little pop-up table, and she was talking to me, and she goes, I need to start whipping out some stuff to sell to that thing, and just the amount of custom work that goes into those things.
It's crazy.
It's a whole full-time job in itself.
Yeah, for sure.
But how fun that,
it's fun.
You get to do a little more of a crafty side of things.
Yeah.
Artsy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm artistic, but I'll whip some stuff together.
Social media then. Do you dabble? Are you in techie?
No. I know. I really I am trying to get better.
Yeah. There's
to be better.
tutorials for everything.
That's right.
Yes.
Personally, though, you go to my own personal Facebook, there's nothing on there. There's nothing.
Bland.
Yeah. But maybe next year you'll see a little bit more of me on social media. You never know.
Love.
But also it'd be nice for the office, really.
Yeah.
To help with the agents get our following a little bit more. We don't have that big of a following right now.
Sure.
So I'm like, tell your friends. Tell them.
Go like our page.
Go like our page because there's events on there. I mean,
Yeah.
open houses, listing.
Oh, open houses yeah. And I try to reach out to, sometimes I've had it where agents have reached out to me and say, hey, I have an open house. Would you write up some financial flyers? Like, that's great. Sometimes if I see one just pop up on the pages or a post or a story, it's like, I will reach out and say, hey, do you want flyer? And so you don't know unless it's out there,
Yeah.
right? It's not like the yellow pages and all that nowadays.
Right.
Simpler then, but right now, it's just instant and being able to get the word out fast to everybody.
I do see that some of the agents are having lenders come to the open houses, which I think is super neat.
Oh, yeah.
And a different tactic to help keep their clients informed, which is super cool.
100%. And, different lending groups have different things that they can offer, or different loan programs, or, ones that, like our branch doesn't do construction or lots, or land. And like there's other ones that can. So it's nice to be able to even go to those open houses and maybe get a flyer. And then if you're kind of like still shopping around or looking, you can go and say, hey, well, this is what they offered. And like, what if they can match it or if they can't, then it's just, it makes it an easier step to, not having to just go in blindly. But open houses, I think, are a huge, essential part.
Yeah. And I think it's so nice that they're able to get back into that. Because, of course, with COVID, it was a huge no-no.
Lines outside.
Crazy.
Only can have so many people in the house. And it's like everyone's touching the same thing still.
I know. They're out there talking to each other closer than 6 feet.
Right. I mean,
but
they're in the outside space.
For sure.
It's just.
But they got to protect their business.
Yes, they do.
Gotta
follow
rules.
Laws.
Yep, gotta find. But now that is a little bit more subsided, it's nice to see those open houses back. Because you just never knew if they were actually going to come back. I mean, there's so much that they can do with videography, which is super cool.
I interviewed a dronographer, on there, and it's like, it's cool to, like, if someone was looking like, oh, what are the parameters of maybe needing a dronographer? Right. If you have any sort of land space, you'd want that. You can't, it's different when you're in the space for sure, but being able to get different points of view of that space, like a picture can just be
totally
vague,
And really pictures on the MLS or on social that you post are so important.
Absolutely.
A terrible picture can
make or break.
Literally make or break, I feel like. But it is so nice that we have open houses back. And I know they're dabbling in weekday evenings or the weekends again. It's like so hard to predict what is hitting versus what's not.
It's not.
It's a crapshoot, I feel like.
Was it this year? Must have been. Where they had kind of like a circle open house where so many open houses were going at the same time.
Yes.
Was there a word or something?
It was
for
like
that?
a open house event. Almost.
Yeah.
And so I think it was was it before I got to the office or maybe right when I first started the office?
It's like Normal Hill or something. Oh.
Something. The Bean team had something
up in the orchards.
In the orchards.
Yes.
In the new construction.
Yes.
And they had like this big event. It was really cool. And I think they did a giveaway.
I know they have.
But if you hit all of them, maybe.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
But that is really cool when
you have so many.
And then there's agents that'll like connect with another agent, like Kyle Meredith and Chelsea Blewett. They're from two different agencies, but they worked together in an event and it worked out really well. And it was such a good opportunity for both of them.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Oh yeah, multiple. Would you then be the one to coordinate? Like if you saw maybe in like a map of all the ones that were like for sale, could you coordinate like everyone to do an open house? Or is that more, again, personal? That's their own thing.
Personal preference, but definitely it's something if I notice, I can say, hey.
Like an idea.
Yes.
Look at this loop.
Look at Brittany's got one here and Kyle's got one there and Jessica has one here.
Right.
Then I think you guys want to team up. And I know.
It must have been last year that they had like a whole big section on Normal Hill or.
It must have.
It must have been last year. I think it was right when I first started. Oh, it was so cool.
Yeah.
And how many that you can hit was like 12. There was a
Oh,
ton.
Wow.
Yeah. If
That's
I
cool.
recall right. But
I love that.
I know.
I like it when all the agents kind of do it all together. I think that's cool. You're kind of seeing that a little bit more too, where they'll like team up. We have on Facebook, we have a KW family page. And so it's just our agents that are on there. And so they'll post, hey, I'm doing an open house this weekend. Can someone help? Or someone will say, hey, I'm doing one too this weekend. Do you want to team up and maybe do a giveaway or something like that?
Love
Just
that.
to collaborate.
Kind of like a chat box for you guys. Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. And then they team up and
coordinate all in there. Yeah.
Then there's one cool lucky winner.
Right. I love it. For the lingo of real estate words and phrases and acronyms.
It's a different language.
Have you been slowly?
Yes.
Learning?
Slowly but surely. I have a handy dandy cheat book. And we are thankful for the cheat book.
Is it all abbreviations and all that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's this one, and I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you what it is, but there's letters and numbers. And that's so funny because I was looking at it today, and I'm trying to figure out how did that become that?
Right. I know.
But we'll roll with it. It's fine.
I can't say every single episode. I can't say rural, and then so instead I just go USDA loan. I don't know. I can't.
I love that.
It's just the
too many R's.
It's too. I can't.
Too many.
I sound like a child.
No, you just sound like you're talking in cursive. It's totally it's totally fine.
So
terrible
sort of language. I just feel like that is a weakness. Maybe next year, a goal, I will learn how to say that.
It's okay if you don't, though.
Oh, good. Gives me a little bit of a part. I feel so bound. I'm on the phone with clients, and I'm just like, we have this USDA rural development. And
this is how you're making it work.
Rural development. And they're like, what? And I go, there's a lag. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Sorry you cut out.
I cover my mouth on the rural. It's just a sound now.
Oh my gosh. I love that.
I try.
It's hard talking to people over the phone.
I know.
Yeah.
It really, and a lot of it is, that, or texting is the quickest way to get a hold of people, or email. Mm-hmm. But when I, face to face, and to know like how I am, I want to make that feel like that homey, or we could talk about anything feel. And with you, I definitely, get that from you. But I feel like I said, we are very much similar. But it's that same too, like you want that open feeling for anyone to come and ask you, anything, whether or not you know it, or need an extra set of ears. That's fantastic.
Yes. And I just firmly believe too, having all these conversations with these agents, I'm going to learn so much.
Oh, yeah.
About their business, about them, about real estate.
Well, I'm sure even getting each, like kind of how I find this here is each person maybe does their own specialty in their, of how things are done, or they have their own like well-known, oh yeah, I know this in and out, and they have their different ways of things and learning styles, or, teaching styles. And so with this, I like to know and get to know who I'm talking to. But for you too, to feel that, it's very cool.
Sweet. I love it.
Well, Heather, I appreciate you coming on here, spending some time with me. Feeling very warm and cozy now.
Yes. Thank you.
So yes. Well, now it's raining outside. So
I know. Yeah.
It's too cozy.
It's too cozy. We're staying forever.
Yep. Except when the heat goes off.
Yeah. Once the heat's off,
it's probably the lights. Do the lights put off any heat? Nope. Dang it.
I feel like you could have lied to us just for a second.
Should we touch it? Okay. I don't know what that means.
Light emitting diode.
That's an acronym. Thanks, Darrow. No one's going to hear that.
Look at
That's
us cutting
funny.
that out.
I know. My bad, bud. You had your moment. Anyway, let's cheers. End this off. Thank you.
Thank you. This was great.